Whoop. Okay, we're going. Um, so I always, especially after I messed up my sciatic and got those sciatic pains like earlier this year, I always start with some really simple, easy stretches. So that's where we're gonna start first is some stretching. Just let me know if you can't hear me at all. But first and foremost, what I do for stretching is I will get down onto my back and lay out flat, kind of just realign everything, and then bring my legs up and do like a leg hug. So let me change this down a little bit. This is like balanced on a pillow, so we'll see how well this goes. So we'll start this way. You just lay out flat and just like let everything just kind of release, you know? Sometimes you'll get some crack in. And then pick your legs up, knees to your chest, and hug them in. So really what you're trying to do is stretch back out here and change like the angle of your pelvis a little bit too, so you can really stretch that all out. Yeah, normally the animals get a little confused by it. My cat typically is in here like, what are you doing? And she loves to chew on my And then stretch out one leg and take the other leg and you kind of cross your knee across your chest a little bit. The objective is to kind of bring your knee to the opposite shoulder. And that'll really stretch out more of your hamstring back here and then like your butt muscles. These are ones that my chiropractor gave me after I was dealing with all of that. And I do them every day now just to help out. And then switch legs. I try to hold them for about 15 to 20 seconds, 30 seconds or so. Just whatever feels comfortable. And then what I do is I'll take this leg, cross it over, and put my ankle bone right on the top of my knee, or like on the front of my knee, just above it. And then you hug that knee to your chest, and you'll get a good stretch back here in the backside of this leg too. You can even use your other hand and push your stretching leg away a little bit, and you'll notice a really good stretch that way.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That is pulling.
And it was funny because when I first had the sciatic pains and stuff like that, I could not do the stretch. Like I couldn't get my leg to come up to that point. I had to like do it all the way out here and it would still be really tight. So I can tell that it's been working a lot because now I can get a really good stretch in there. And then once again, 20, 30 seconds. Don't overdo it and don't strain yourself, but it's definitely really helpful to get that stretch in because we're going to do some lower back stuff and some leg stuff. And then switch sides and do the same thing on the other side. And then go back to that full prone position and just let everything kind of relax down some. Oh, I love stretching. It's like my favorite part. It's also like the easiest part. And do any other stretches that you need to do to kind of loosen things up some. A lot of times, even though that stretches out your like legs and stuff, you'll start to feel a little tightness or stiffness in your back. So rotation, stretching, stuff like that helps too. Now we'll
inch this up just a little bit so it's not cutting my head off.
There we go. One thing I've learned through all of this is I need a better camera. I call it tiger's blood. It's circulate mixed with the new activate. You will sweat.
Oh, it's so good.
Okay. So I have my 5 pounds. My 5 pounds is like a 5 pound weighted ball. It's like a sand filled ball that I use. But anything 5 pounds works. It doesn't need to be a ball. Just something that you can hold with 2 hands. So yeah, like with your weight there, you can just hold it, you know, in your hands like this. So hold it straight out in front of you and let that lead you down. So then it stretches your back and the back of your calves, or I mean your thighs, like your upper legs there. Let that weight kind of hang, because you'll notice that that'll stretch more than if you tried to just do it without the weight. You really want to just fold right there at the waist. In yoga, they call it like a forward fold. But you'll notice it really, like, you'd think that it would be more your lower back, but it actually stretches out like more of your legs than anything.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's all back here. The hamstrings.
And then what's fun is eventually you can get down to the point where you can just keep going. But then what we're going to do is take that weight. You want to stand, and we're going to do some like movement squats. So you have it out in front of you like this. Legs are about shoulders width apart. And then just when you come, have it down in between your legs. Down for your squat, you bring that up. So you're actually doing your shoulders at the same time as you're doing a squat. I do about 15 to 20 of these. I like
All the way up?
breathing in when I go up and then breathing out when I go down. So it's kind of like in, out, in, out. And you'll notice if you get your breath going along with it, you kind of get a little bit more of like your heart pumping with it at the same time. So now when you get to your like 10 or 15 or so, and what I typically do is I'll just do like the first round and then we'll end the video. But now I have some people on here, so maybe I'll just do it with you guys too. But I like to do everything 3 times. So like 3 full sets of all of these different movements and workouts. So that was our first one. We'll do about 5 or 6 different ones, and then we'll go back through it 3 times. So then the next one, you take your weight, hold it straight out in front of you again. And we're gonna go side to side. And you want to try and I try to keep like my hips facing forward and twist at my waist, because that's really gonna do like that love handle side part of your body. So we're doing like our legs, our back, our core today, basically.
Ugh.
Sometimes we'll get some good cracks in too. And I still kind of focus on breathing with it too. So like in, out, in, out. I feel like when you breathe with these movements, you get your heart rate getting up there a little bit more. So even though we can't go out and run, or I mean, you can go out and run if you want. I'm not a runner. I'm used to, like, I normally do my cardio on the elliptical. But anytime you can get your heart rate up, that's going to help with cardio at the same time too.
How many?
I typically shoot for 15 to 20 or so. With a lot of these, because we're using lesser weight, you kind of just go to the point where you're starting to feel like some of like a little bit of light exhaustion from it. But you want to remember that we got to do this 3 times through.
Yeah.
So then the next one we're going to do, we're going to go back to sitting, and we're going to do like some core stuff. So now we've done our back and our legs from the squats. Then we're going to do like seated sit-ups, like little crunchy kind of sit-ups. And that's going to be like that lower part. So we're kind of working this whole central area. And so what I'll do is I'll sit, I'll get back on my back, legs up, and then reach. And you just do little squishies, like little crunches that really just work like that bottom part of your core.
Okay, I think.
But,
Okay. Oh, you were breaking up, so I wasn't sure what to do. So, okay, I got it.
yeah, basically like little sit-ups. You just do kind of like little itty bitty sit-ups, but you want to have your legs up a little bit. And then if you reach towards your feet, kind of, there you go. You'll notice that it's really like the bottom part of your abs there and not like the upper part of your abs like a normal sit-up or leg lift does. And then these ones, you can just kind of go until you can't really do it anymore, because by the time we get back around to it, your abs will have recovered some. So you'll be able to do more of them again. Nice. Now grab your weight again. Put it down in between your legs, like by your feet. You can kind of put it in between your feet there. Yeah, let me see how wide it is. So now you're just gonna do your sit up. You're gonna have your kind of like lean back a little bit. And then you just want to bring your legs up with that weight and then slowly let them come down. So it's all about control. And you should feel it in your abs, but also like in your thighs and in your legs some too. Try and keep your legs as straight as possible if you can. It's not easy.
Oh my God.
And these ones, I mean, you might only do 5 to 10 of these at a time. It's your abs and your legs at the same time. And with that, one of the harder parts, but one of the like key elements to that is controlling the down. Because when you control the down, you'll really notice that there's a lot more like work in the core for that.
All right, 15.
Now we set down our weights. This one I gotta move my yoga mat out of the way. When I do running in place, I try to do it on my yoga mat slides around. So to get our heart rate up, we're gonna do just some running in place like knee lifts. So like this, but running.
Okay.
And you can put your hands out in front of you if you want to. You just want to make sure you get your knees up high. Then we go from that one, and we're gonna do like lunges. So you can either do this with your weight or just with your body weight. Keep your back upright. So you'll probably have trouble standing up out of bed tomorrow. And once again, that's another one that you can just kind of do until it's hard to do it more.
Hang on, 8 more. Whew. All right.
Now stand, kind of hands on your hips, and do ankle rolls. Put out in front of you, just roll your ankle forward. It'll be interesting because you'll see that even though you're doing stuff with your right leg, you're gonna actually feel some stress in your left leg from balancing. So I do about 10 or 15 one direction, and then go the other direction. And then when you're done with the one side, you do the other side. Sometimes it's almost like rubbing your belly and patting your head at the same time. It's like, it's hard to coordinate all of it. So that's basically our full run of what we're gonna do. We'll do that 2 times through again. So if you want a drink or something like that, take a moment. All right, so go ahead and grab your weight again. And we'll go back and do those squats again. So these pump squats. So have your weight in both hands. Start down. And when you go down, you go up with it. And then when you're done with that one, then we do the twists again. Of course, I forgot to put my Fitbit back on. I was charging it. Now none of this counted. Our gym is doing like a step competition. The person with the most steps during this whole like quarantine break gets a free 10 package personal training package with one of our trainers at the gym.
Oh, that's cool.
I do a lot of like this while I'm at home. Get all those steps in.
I know it was telling me when I used to eat a lot of pumpkin seeds that I completed all my 10,000 steps. I guess that means I had 10,000 pumpkin seeds. All right, so we did that. Oh yeah, the ab. Now down to the abs again. So the little sit-up crunchies, and then have your weight and do the leg lifts again. And with these sit-up ones, the more you think about like rolling your body up from the ground and then back out, kind of like a snake almost, you'll get more of that squish in the lower abs. And that's where, like, I know for me personally, that's where my little like spare tire is hanging out, that I'm trying to get rid of. And so I've been trying to find workouts for those lower ab areas. I think if you do this.
Yeah, you could do those too. Like leg lifts also help with it. And then there's like some side ones too that you can do. Then go to the weight. This is my least favorite one, I think, today so far.
That one's tough.
It's hard not to just like let the weight pull your legs down so fast.
My God.
At least we're like halfway through now.
Right?
All right, so now yoga mat out of the way and run in place. Whew. I'm glad I'm downstairs in our apartment, or else my neighbors would hate me. I'm glad I'm not tall either, because I would hit my head on the table. Whew. So now lunges again. This time I'm going to do it with the weight. It's only 5 pounds, but I'm sure it's still going to suck.
I'm good.
I'm going to do time warp for the dance off today. That'll be my cool down. All right, take a moment to stretch out and drink water again. We'll do the whole circuit one last time.
Oh.
And I laugh at people when they tell me they can't work out well enough at home to sweat. Like, you're not trying hard enough.
It's just a lot more motivating when you do it together versus if you're doing it by yourself, you're like, oh, I'm done. Yeah, it's a lot easier to just kind of give up.
Yep.
All right, pump squats. And this round, do as much as you can until you can't anymore. Whew. Then go right into your twisties.
Oh God, you are killing me.
At least it's only like a half an hour and then you're done. I don't like would go to the gym for 2 hours. Whew. All right. Little sit-ups. Whew. I will be able to laugh tomorrow. Now weights, the leg lifts with the weights.
Your favorite?
My favorite. Woo. One more. Ugh.
Oh, oh my God.
It's definitely gonna work the abs by tomorrow too. And the nice thing about resistance training is while your muscles are recovering, it keeps your heart rate up a little bit. So you actually burn fat even after you're done working out. That's pretty
Yep.
sweet. All right, running in place. Heart rate back up. And then finally, lunges.
Woohoo!
Almost done. Your puppy.
He wants to play.
You're like, I'm too tired to play now. And that's it.
That's it. High five.
Good job. Thanks everyone for popping on. I'll be on again tomorrow. See you later.
All right. Thank you.